Welcome to the To Be Human podcast, episode 13 on negativity slash the negative brain, which the verses will be to the second episode, positivity slash the positive brain, which will be in our podcast. So the To Be Human one gets the negative side because, well, usually I cover the more serious topics on the To Be Human podcast, so it only makes sense that negativity slash the negative brain is covered here. But anyway, you'll see the second part in the out podcast. But anyway, I don't want to waste too long on this intro. Let's just I guess get into it. First, with the general concept of negativity, it's when you're not happy about things, negativity seems to rule the world because unfortunately our brains, which is why this is called a negative brain, is because our brains are mostly negative rather than positive, which is fun. That's fun, but not really. But I'm being sarcastic and facetious, so yeah. Um, yeah. But yeah, negativity is something that's, you know, everyone will have to deal with in life. It's unavoidable. But, there isn't, you know, uh, there's, God damn it, I'm messing on my words. There's ways to combat, but yeah, again, the positive stuff will be for next time. So, yeah, um, just because I want to do some of these dual episodes, um, just I guess test out the idea of how well the two podcasts can coexist. So yeah, but if you want other answers, well, check out the previous To Be Human ones. But it'd be a bit cruel to, you know, not have anything. But then again, this is the one about negativity. So, cruelty is fitting in this case. But usually there's no one cure to negativity. Yeah, again, it's situational, and some solutions take longer than others, and yeah. But yeah, and I'll get into more specific things next time. But anyway, let's talk about more about negativity. Um, so negativity just generally sucks. It's not fun. It's not great. It's kind of just life, and our brains being negative and cynical, and become more cynical over time. That doesn't really help. And it may be, nostalgia, or maybe it is actually right that things have got worse, over time. I mean, back in the day, like, as an example for gaming, there wasn't microtransactions back in the day. We didn't need to worry about that. It's like, or worry about, content being hidden behind paywalls or absurdly impossible, things to achieve, like 100,000 hours to potentially unlock a character, something. Back then, games were simple and achievable and didn't have bull attached to them, and it's so annoying. So, some may say, oh, it's just nostalgia, but bruh, things weren't like how they were now. Like, there's always going to be some things that improve through time, but some things have definitely gone worse. So, not to take away, from, stuff that has actually improved over time, but, some stuff was better back then. Like, some of it was, perfectly fine and acceptable, and now it just kind of sucks. Certain things have gone worse, so yeah. I say, the people that use, oh, it's just nostalgia, are, not really thinking about the full picture, because sure, nostalgia is a part of it, but also things were just generally better. Like, some things have really just gone down the dumpster and generally suck. And yeah, but good things will come to those who wait, as the old saying goes, and that is true. Just sometimes it feels like it's a long time between those things. Like, sometimes it feels very long between the good stuff, especially when just so much general bad stuff happens. It's kind of annoying that, time seems to drag on during the bad stuff, and the good stuff is there and then it's gone in an instant. Like, so yeah. I guess that's also partly to blame because of our own actions, because, we like to, usually consume things quickly, things we like food, media, we binge watch shows. Some people still prefer, watch it, week by week. It isn't, uncommon. Like, most people still prefer to watch shows weekly, which was quite a surprise to see that as a statistic. Like, wow, I thought more people would be on the side of binging, but it was like 78% that were like, decide to watch weekly. But that was only like one case, so the actual percentage could be something different. But still, as a, as a base start to the percentage, and it wasn't like a small sample size, it was a whole, like 1,000 people audience, thousands of people, it's a good, sample size to show that isn't just like potentially a fluke, that actually maybe people still prefer to watch things weekly rather than binge them. But overall, over time, it seems like more and more we're going towards binging than slowly consuming things because we want things now and are impulsive rather than waiting for it slowly. But anyway, I'm getting kind of distracted now. But yeah, so yeah, even if it's relevant to my point that we binge stuff, so it, you know, means the good stuff is even less than, you know, the bad stuff. So even if it's relevant, I'm still blabbering on a bit too long. But yeah, negativity kind of sucks, and I mean, it's negativity for a reason. It wouldn't, you know, be great because it's negativity. It's the very definition of bad things. And our brain, you know, will always complain about something. Like the human brain will always find something to complain about. And these days we're usually just generally unhappy and always complain about something. So, yeah. It's kind of our own fault. Yeah. But yeah. But in time, we may beat negativity because I don't want the world to be negative. I want positivity because the last few years have been generally just not the best and not great, and so many good things have come to an end. Like recently, Red vs. Blue ended. Like, it sucks, you know, to lose things time and time again, and to feel like you're going nowhere with nothing to look forward to. And honestly, at this point, I am like, you know, back to, you know, slowly mentally breaking down because what can you do if there's no way to fight against, you know, the inevitable? Unless everyone changes, there can't be true change. So, unless everyone tries, there's no hope. And people aren't trying hard enough. That's why I asked, like, hey, do your own version of this podcast, because just starting the conversation, making certain it's respectful as well, like you know, that's the ultimate problem is people have lost respect for each other. Like, there needs to be respect again, but respect is like seemingly finite and rare to find. Like, why can't we just respect everyone? Why does it have to be like a, you know, Herculean task? Why do we have to be Sisyphus, you know, pushing the boulder up the mountain, like, to try and fix things, and then only inevitably get crushed by the boulder once we lose our strength? I don't know. I'll keep trying nonetheless. Even if this only gets to a few people, I have to keep trying. I won't give up. Guess I'm too stubborn to give up. I'll keep trying to get the message out there. But maybe I'm not trying hard enough and maybe should, share this. But I don't want to be on social media because that's just terrible. Like I do have a Facebook, but I don't want them, having all my information, even though they kind of already do, because I had to create it for my Oculus Rift. God damn it. Or is it called a Meta Rift now? I don't care. Honestly. And then there's Twitter. I'm not going to call X. I also have. Yeah, again, I only created it for one specific reason, and I'm probably never going to use it again unless it's for the same specific reason, which is for judgmental quiz, animation challenges. But this time, it's a different method. It's been a different method every time. First, it was by, technically, the first time is the same as this time, but slightly different. First, it was their own personal, um, like, like, uh, email account. Then it was by Twitter. Now it's back to being by email again, but this time a specific email that they seem to have created to do the challenge, which is smart. It's definitely a lot smarter way to do things. So yeah. It means that hopefully it'll be easier with the next thing. And yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to use social media. But if anyone else wants to, promote it for me, go ahead. Exposure will start the snowball effect, and that's what I'm aiming on. Yeah, again, I'm hoping on the snowball effect to, get this going somewhere. So true change can happen, but I'm doubtful. Negativity has definitely taken its hold on me. I'm doubtful. Yet I will keep trying, because if I give up, that means negativity has won. I want to, retire and, give up on my own terms once I'm ready to, you know, give up Michael and Jimmy. I may eventually potentially return because I don't think I could leave forever. But definitely I feel like there will be a point in my life where I do become more busy that eventually it becomes rare for me to do it. But once that busy point in life is done, like down the track where I'd be, in my 30s and probably more like 40s or 50s, but, down the track when I'm like 40s, 50s, more down the line, I definitely could see myself returning to YouTube as long as it's still there and the world hasn't burned down. But yeah, definitely down the track, I could see myself returning to continue the legacy of Michael and Jimmy, to give them one last final run until my full, retirement, which would be 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s if I make it that far. But also, I wouldn't want to continue Michael and Jimmy too long, just in case, I, you know, bite the bullet, kick the bucket, stop, you know, you know, stop existing. So that there would have to be a point where I'm like, yep, this is it. This is the final run of Michael and Jimmy. If I continue to do videos from this point onwards, it'll be few and far between. Eventually, with and then, so yeah, but yeah, so yeah. I guess, that's somewhat negative, but, it's fitting to this podcast. All the darker topics are covered here, and the positive stuff is always on the Our podcast. And yeah, again, eventually I'm probably gonna have to start doing more To Be Human ones than Our podcast, just to balance it out. But yeah. Yeah. Negativity will always be a part of our lives. But we can fight against it. And yeah. But more actual positive stuff in the next one. And yeah, I think this finally wraps this one up. So yeah. Just keep fighting, because I know it may be tough, but keep fighting. It's worth it in the end. Oh, I've still yet to see, that day. I've still yet to see it, but hopefully it'll be worth it for you. Take everything, from me and, use it for yourself. Not quite so literally, like, don't steal my YouTube videos and stuff. Please. Like, that's kind of inconsiderate and rude. But I mean, metaphorically, like, use my, knowledge as inspiration, all that, either create your own stories or do your own good things. That's all I can really ask for. You know, start anew. Continue the never ending spiral. Never ends, does it? Like, no seemingly ending in sight. At least for me, right now. But one day, it will finally be over. And hopefully by then, I can fully rest and be, at peace. Didn't mean to make this so deep and as philosophical, but I guess that's how this episode will end. Take care until the next one, which will be, an hour podcast and will be the positive side. Anyway, thank you all for watching and peace until next time.